This fantasy football preview edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is presented by MyBookie.ag. This week only, MyBookie is offering up to $200 in free bets using the promo code SGP200. That's right, $200 in free bets with only a one-time rollover requirement. Use SGP200 to play, win, and get paid at MyBookie.ag. We're also brought to you by PlayBalto, the #1 office pool hosting site. PlayBalto is fully customizable, easy to manage, and most importantly, free. If you're running a football pool this season, make your life easy and do it at PlayBalto. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com and click the PlayBalto link to sign up today. Ooh, welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Sean, we just played some golf.
We did. Is that all you got on the golf?
I was just catching everyone up. We played golf.
We just played some golf. Just shot 18 holes over at DeBell in beautiful Burbank, California.
Yes, Sean plays golf in his Eagles attire.
I actually had my golf shirt on, but I decided to switch it up for those viewers at home watching over at youtube.com/sportsgamblingpodcast. So much to get to, so much action, so much activity. You just heard it. The new theme song. It is rocking, it is rolling, it is a remix, and it's brought to you by our good buddy Carl Restivo. He's a musician, DJ guy, and listener for a long time. Put that awesome version of the theme song together, so make sure you check Carl out at Carl Restivo. He's actually going on tour with Tom Morello. He's got a couple dates in Vegas and LA, so if you're in the area, check that out. He's the musical director of that tour, and he's also on has a song with Tom Morello, Vigilante Nocturno. We'll tweet this all out at Gambling Podcast, and new VO to start the show off, Lux Gaze. Ryan,
not everyone's in the industry, Sean. They might not know what VO meant.
Voiceover.
There you go.
The woman dropping that sweet little radio stinger intro to get things going.
Talk to the least common denominator, Sean, please.
That
is our audience.
The woman speaking. And again, man, we're going to do a fantasy football preview. Couple things we got to get to before. If you haven't heard our NFL division preview series so far, and we've been cranking them out left and right. Just wrapped up the AFC North AFC North and NFC South. Get those sportsgamblingpodcast.com. But big announcement. September 5th, opening night of the National Football League. We will be in Legacy Stadium. That's right, Legacy Stadium. World-class restaurant, sportsbook, sports bar. They got it all. We'll be doing a live broadcast, streaming out, probably like 4:30. Nice little pregame show. And then if you're in Las Vegas, come hang out, drinks and food on us. Legacy Stadium, September 5th. Come out there and hang out with us.
It's the bada bing of
Las
Vegas.
That's a great comparison. There are no strippers, but world class event, world class facility. One more item to get to before we introduce our guest.
You seem distracted, Sean.
No, I'm not. I'm not distracted at all.
Some residual porn over there?
No residual porn. We'll get to that in a second. There is it is warm in the studio, but Daniel Jones, not only did he make his preseason debut, Ryan, you're probably pretty excited, but Daniel Scones, his alter ego, that we have been promoting, a version of Daniel Jones that also loves brunch. He put his first blog out over at sportsgamblingpodcast.com, and follow him on Twitter as well, at Daniel Scones. So the Scones man is in the house. Check that out. But Ryan, no more messing around. Time to introduce Mystery Man, the elusive, the mercurial, the fantasy football expert, Dick Olsen. Dick, how's it hanging?
It's hanging, guys. It's still there. It's a year older. It's still humongous.
I'm trying to.
He got nervous there.
I mean, it's there.
I'm trying to think, when was the last time we had Dick Olsen on?
It's been a little while.
Dick, again, that is not his actual name. He's operating under a pseudonym. And if you haven't heard Dick on before, you'll understand why he doesn't want his real name getting out, because he brings the heat when it comes to hot takes and interesting stories. When we tweeted out the return of Dick Olsen, we already got some fan love at Cannonballs23. Just want to say how much I appreciate Dick Olsen. That man is a national treasure. And at the original DM1, he wants you to tell that story again of you and the wife when you went on some sort of road trip and things went awry. Dick, maybe you can give us the broad strokes as it is of that story, because people really enjoy it.
Sure, yeah. I mean, that was about a year ago now. At the time, my son was 1. He'll be 2 now shortly. But we took a road trip up, 6 hours up towards Sacramento, and driving with the kid, and the first time with him in the car on a road trip. So to me, I was thinking for sure I'm going to get some roadhead on the way up there at some point. This is going to be great. Probably at least once or twice on the way up and once on the way back.
Cox.
Yeah, it's
right.
a road trip.
So, but I kind of knew that there was, 10-15% chance I might not. So grabbed the bottle of lube, put it in the console with a little towel there.
I just love I love Dick running the numbers here. There's a 10 to 15% chance I might not get roadhead twice. Doing some deep analytics there,
or at least once, right?
Yeah.
So,
it's John Gruden, man. He's got that playbook. He just doesn't have anyone to give it to.
Well, so we're halfway there. Well, we're probably 2 hours out, and I'm like, turns out with the kid it's tough, and he's awake and screaming, but he finally went down for a nap, and we stopped for McDonald's or gas or something. And I go, hey, why don't you come sit up here with me, even in the back with the baby all day? So about 2 minutes later, I look over at her, kind of stroking my cock a little. She's like shaking her head. Absolutely not. And then so I lifted up the console thing, showed her the lube. She's like, oh, my God. I'm like, what? She's like, well, God, at least wait till the sun goes down. And so
the sun needs to be down.
It needs to be dark, and so no one can see you. I don't think anyone's going to see you, at least just jerking me off. But so about an hour later, sun's down. I'm like pumped up. Hey, can we go now? Well, then the baby woke up.
Aww.
So I was like this whole time anticipating this fucking great hand job at least, and I fucking blue balled at this point. And anyway, nothing happened at all. We get up to my sister's place and hang out for a little bit, and we all 4 of us go in the hot tub. Baby goes to bed. 45 minutes later, he wakes up crying again. So she runs in, done for the night. I quick go dry off, go in there. He's asleep again. So I think now's for sure sexy time. She's like, no, I'm tired. Just take care of yourself. Like, fuck you. Like, really? God damn it. You're just telling me to go jerk off? So I was like, fuck it. I just went in the bathroom and stood over the toilet and just unleashed this massive amount of cum. I've never came this hard before. It like backsplash like all
that
over.
That is a disgusting act.
It just was. It sprayed everywhere, right? Like
yeah.
And I on the floor, and so I did a good cleanup job. I thought I did a good cleanup job, but I go to bed, and then I don't know, 4:35 in the morning. I think he woke up, and I had to go piss, and she saw me leave, and she goes, "Hey, watch out when you go in there. I stepped in poop when I went in there earlier." I'm like, what do you mean you stepped in poop? So I go in there, and there's a napkin on the floor underneath some leftover poop, and I'm like, that's weird. And it turns out it was my sister's dog that went in there and shit on like the rug next to the toilet. And so I told my sister next morning. She's like, that's so weird. He never does anything. And it dawned on me that what happened was he's a male and very territorial. And I used to live with my sister, and I know I'd jerk off in my bed a lot. He'd go piss in my bed. So some of my cum must have got on the carpet by the toilet, and the dog fucking went in there and was like, fuck this. And he just took a big shit on my cum, and she stepped in it. So, but yeah, the whole moral of that story, though, really, for if any women are listening, like, she got what she deserved. Like, if she would have just jerked me off, she never would have stepped in the shit, and it would all have been fine.
I was thinking, Kramer, and I've said this to Dick reminds me of another recent guest of the Sports Gambling Podcast, and that is good pal of the show, Lenny Dykstra.
Also very mysterious.
Very mysterious. Likes to live it up in Las Vegas. Lots of great stories. Lenny doesn't like certain things that possibly Dick Olsen does like. But other than that, there are a lot of similarities. Well, and they're both missing their teeth.
Yeah.
There's an issue there. But it's awesome to have Dick back on the show. Dick, how are things going otherwise? Personal life, frustrations.
Oh, I mean, it's tough. I'll be 40 here in a month, like I said, and
That's pretty exciting.
Wow. Is it exciting?
I mean, it is. You're getting to that age where now you're 40. I don't know what happens when you're 40. Maybe I'll become a real adult, and who knows what happens. But all I know is it's great having a kid. I know you don't have a kid yet, Green. I told you don't do it, but having a kid's great. The kid's awesome. It's just you get no pussy anymore. Like I get zero pussy. I got laid on Father's Day, like 2 months ago. Was the last time. So yeah, frustrating at that point.
What the fuck?
So what are you doing? All right, what are you doing otherwise? Are you what? I mean,
Well,
Dick Olsen is a virile man with a lot of, as you've pointed out earlier. You're a horny man, Dick.
Yeah, so it's back to the jerking off twice a day. It's my routine's kind of in the morning, Indian style, Native American style. Sorry, like in the shower. I got
Native American style.
Sorry,
right?
in case.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
We don't want anyone offended listening to this story.
Well, so I got a life-proof case for my phone, so I sit there and watch porn and come all over it. And what sucks is like Kramer. I think you've called me like 4 times in the morning, like, and your face pops up in the middle of me jerking off, and I see your fucking face. But
we're ready to talk about who to add to their best ball lineup.
Yeah, no, it's top tier running back. Imagine if you fired this episode up, and you're like, I have a fantasy football draft. I need to prepare. Yeah. And then it's just the first 5 minutes, just nothing but Dick coming.
Well, yeah. So sorry. I mean, I just so that's what I do. I jerk, and then at night before bed, I jerk off again, and it's.
So you've been hitting the massage parlor at all?
No massage parlor. I don't want to go there, but I'm to the point where I just want to fuck something, and I came across.
Don't look over here.
I came across this website called Real Dolls, and these aren't like Frank the Tank dolls, like Nurse.
Yeah, it's not a blow up.
It's not a. These are like these things cost anywhere from $6,500 to $12,000. They have AI, mouths move, they talk to you, and so I was thinking, that's what I fucking need. I just need to have a real doll that I can fuck every once in a while, and
so we basically we as a podcast family, and we're about family. I just saw Fast and Furious.
Oh, how was it?
It was good, but. It was just Hobbs and Shaw, and I like the Fast and Furious where Vin's there, the whole group.
Wait, Vin Diesel's not in the movie?
No.
It's not Fast and the Furious.
Right. And we here at the Sports Gambling Podcast, we're about family. We're going to come together as a family and try and help and save Dick's family by raising funds for a real doll. Now, Dick, walk us through your now this is a GoFundMe.
Yeah, GoFundMe account for my 40th.
For your 40th birthday, for a real doll. While you have the listeners' attention, describe the real doll you have in mind, what sort of goals we have price-wise. This is our first charitable event, so the listeners you need to really sell them on the idea of why you need this and how much we got to raise here.
Well, I just think it'd be a good addition to the team as well as your studio, right? I mean,
yeah, round out the studio.
What would the name be?
Well, if you go on there, I do like Asian, right? I like to look like my wife. So this Asa Akira, I think I would. I can send her a picture of her even. It'd be like that. I'm not even cheating. I'm pretty much just fucking a doll version of her that doesn't really yell at me all the fucking time, right? Like so. But anyway, what I'm thinking also is I don't want to get in trouble with this doll, so. There's 2 options here. I either buy a gun safe and hide it in my garage, or I keep it here in studio. You guys can have it on every week as a guest speaker.
Would there be a name? The Dick Bot?
The Dick Bot. Well, I think we would want to give her some sort of name, perhaps.
Pussy and Dick.
I just get worried you guys are gonna fuck it when I'm not around.
Well,
you know.
Hey, listen, if it's
called rent, motherfucker.
Okay, so Dick, do you have the link set up for people to support your GoFundMe?
I don't.
Okay.
I was hoping you guys would do that because I feel like
they don't have internet in the cave. Huh?
Yeah, no, I don't.
All right, so we'll get that started, and we'll need you to send some photos. Obviously, not revealing who you are, but possibly some photos of you, like, hey, I'm not having any sex, and to help inspire the listeners. So we'll be tweeting that out at Gambling Podcast. All right, let's do it. Let's actually talk. Besides Dick's fantasy life, let's actually talk some fantasy football. But before we do, the National Football League. As always, we're presented by MyBookie.ag, the official online sportsbook of the Sports Gambling Podcast. Right now, they got a sweet promo code SGP200. That's right. Normally, when you use SGP50, you get a 50% deposit bonus. However, now SGP200, up to $200 in free bets with only a 1x rollover requirement. SGP200, check it out. Deposit, withdrawal with cryptocurrency. Highly recommend that form of payment. While you're there, enter their NFL Super Contest. It's only $100 entry, only $100 entry. Guaranteed $100,000 prize to first place. Unlike other super contests, you don't need a proxy, and every single dollar that is entered into the contest will be given out as a prize. 0% rake over at mybookie.ag. You play, you win, and then, most importantly, you get paid. SGP 200. Do we want to? We should touch on the Antonio Brown thing before
we can touch on it. Whatever you want.
This Antonio Brown thing is insane. First, he claims to have frostbite on his feet, which sounds it sounds super fishy at the very least. And now he's claiming he's not going to play unless they let him use his old helmet. The new helmets are designed for player safety in mind, but he is such a pain in the ass. He's saying that his old helmet, he can see the ball better, and that he doesn't want to use the new helmet because it's going to mess him up.
When O.J. Simpson is clowning you on Twitter, of all places, things have gone south for Antonio Brown and possibly for the Oakland Raiders. As predicted.
The Oakland Raiders. In our fantasy, I tweeted out the screenshot of the write-up about Antonio Brown when we did our top 10 fantasy football receivers. I barely put him in the list. I had him at number 8, and I just said it's going to be a disaster. It's a mess. It's already a mess. It's going to make for an awesome episode of Hard Knocks. I'll toss this question to Dick. Dick, we're going to do a mock draft, but what would you do right now with Antonio Brown? Where would you draft him? Does this impact your draft position, your ADP of Antonio Brown? How could it not?
If you're at the back end of the second round, do you take Antonio Brown?
No, maybe mid. I don't think it affects. I think it's all bullshit. He's going to play. It's not.
Do you think this causes?
This is just drama.
It is.
Fine.
It is just drama, and I do think he'll play because if he doesn't play, he loses $30 million guaranteed. However, I do think it speaks to some sort of locker room chemistry issues that could impact his productivity. If you're drafting Antonio Brown thinking he's going to put up the same numbers that he put up with the Steelers, I think that's insane.
I mean, Derek Carr is probably not that bad for him. He's very efficient around the line of scrimmage. But yeah, I mean, if he's not practicing, I don't know. I feel like after Le'Veon Bell last year, I don't know if the whole they're definitely going to play is in my head anymore. Like Melvin Gordon is worrying me as well.
Yeah.
I do think Zeke will be out there because I just don't think Jerry Jones will allow it to – they will give him the contract because Jerry Jones is not going to be in a situation where Zeke's not on the field.
It's crazy though, but then how do they pay Zeke and Dak?
I don't know. We don't need to get into specific. It just feels like Jerry Jones. Is
so right now you're planning Zeke being there day one. You're planning on Antonio Brown being there day one. What about Melvin Gordon? Are we?
I don't know if I'm planning Antonio Brown being there. Like he's clearly super weird. Like O.J. Simpson said, like, come on, man, you're not giving back.
O.J. Simpson's telling you to be reasonable.
You're not giving back $30 million over a helmet issue.
Yeah.
If this is just
Juice is ready to suit up for $30 million.
If this is just Strahan debating if he wants to retire and he just didn't want to practice, I think that makes sense. So maybe he'll be out there. I think Gordon is the one that seems the most real. And that's the same thing. Like if you're drafting right now, when do you take Melvin Gordon? Mid-second round? Like if you get David Johnson.
I'm not drafting Melvin Gordon.
You're not getting him yet. In the second round, you wouldn't take him?
I know. I like Eckler. I mean, I wouldn't draft Eckler in the second round, but I would draft Eckler later on and just avoid Melvin Gordon if I could.
Wow. So, Dick, when would you take Melvin Gordon?
Well, so I just did a best ball the other day where I think it was the 4 pick. I took Zeke, Melvin, Gordon, Gurley. Those are my first 3 picks.
That's
like, risky, but fuck it. It's early. You'll know by the time, hopefully, if you're drafting.
I got to imagine that if the Melvin Gordon situation is like this when most people are drafting in that last week of August there, I think at that point then he's going to fall further because, man, you can't be – I remember last year out in Vegas in an FFPC $750 auction, Sean, and this guy, he literally he won Le'Veon Bell for $32, which, a top running back's going to go for $60, so great discount. He stood up and he like fist pumped, did a loud yes, and it was just like he never had a chance. Bell never played. He never had a chance. I just don't know if you can take that risk.
Yeah, I'm staying away of Melvin
seems
Gordon.
serious.
I'm on the same page. I think Zeke plays. Maybe he sits out a game. They have a bye the first week against the Giants, so.
Sean, I
Yes.
gotta be honest. I know it's been a little while since I've done this, and you probably missed this routine, but I'm watching the sideline of that preseason game. I'm watching the chemistry of this team.
No one believes in them.
No crybaby, but Beckham over there.
Yeah,
everyone.
Road trip has departed.
Everyone seems stoked about it. I love Saquon Barkley as a leader. Anyway, watch out.
All right.
Why are you calling him cry? But you are so pissed that he doesn't. Right?
He's a little baby. He was.
I said that last year. And you're like, fucking Beckham's the man. He's
sent off to the desolate lands in
the
Cleveland,
Viking
Ohio.
funeral. Okay, so we're ready to go. We've hit on the news. We've talked about why Dick Olsen deserves a fundraiser for his sex doll, and now we're going to be doing a live to tape mock draft. We're in it. We got a couple listeners kicking around as well, and then the computer will be going. I'll update the computer or other people's picks. But Kramer, fire things up and let's get this going.
All right, I gotta go over to the computer.
Okay. Is this our draft order?
I don't know if it's gonna randomize. I think.
Okay.
Once we draft order will be randomized, so I'm gonna click start draft.
Start it.
We have six humans in here. It looks like
6 on 6. 6 humans, 6 computers.
All right, so Sean, you have the number 2 pick.
Ooh.
I have the 8 pick. Dick Olsen has the 11 pick.
Okay.
I like it. We're spread out. We also have a team, N. Douglas, with the 1 pick. Ryan Gosling, too long to read the whole thing, and Romosexual.
Okay, I like it.
That's a strong name. Draft is starting right now.
And Douglas on the clock, number 1 overall. I think you just have to go Saquon here, right?
I am starting to think that on draft day, when I'm drafting in the FFPC leagues, the Friday before kickoff, after that Thursday night game, I have a feeling Barkley is not going to be as consensus number 1.
Really?
I think,
who's
especially
gonna take over?
And I'd like to hear Dick's take on this, but high stakes guy, I feel like they're going to take the guy they want to take, and if they don't like Barkley because of that projected shitty offense, I could see people going McCaffrey or Kamara here. All right,
Okay.
Barkley went. No
Barkley
surprise.
went.
Sean, you're on the clock.
Give me, of course.
Seems obvious, right?
Yep, Alvin Kamara. Not taking Christian McCaffrey. Okay, now, Kramer, you're on the clock.
Wow.
Christian McCaffrey went 3rd, Zeke 4th, Le'Veon 5th. Wow, that's insane.
Melvin Gordon's.
DeAndre Hopkins and then Melvin Gordon are off. Again, the
computer
doesn't.
Not worrying about. No, I did a mock draft on this platform the other day. Melvin Gordon went in the 2nd round. I'm obviously going to take David Johnson here.
Oh,
Steal. Absolute steal.
I'm worried about David Johnson. Okay, he's out. Devontae Adams off the board. Ryan Gosling, he's sitting there with the 10th pick. Do you go Kelsey here? Feels a little bit early.
I mean, if
I would go
in this type of league, I think you got to. You can start thinking about Kelsey here. I think if you're again FFPC leagues where they're getting 1.5 point, Kelsey's going as high as number 5.
I think you could make a case for Kelsey number 1 overall.
I think those 4 running backs. I think those 4 running backs are key.
Todd Gurley.
Ooh.
That's surprising. All right.
I'm telling you, Sean, this is my hot take that other people share in. Gurley. by opening weekend, Gurley is going to be a late first-round pick. Dick Olsen is on the clock.
Oh, wow.
Dick,
He
what
got
did
him.
you do here?
I took your boy,
Wow.
Odell Beckham. He's gonna have his best year in the history of fantasy.
Uh,
For him, he'll have his personal best year ever.
Congratulations.
He doesn't have buttfuck Eli throwing him the ball.
Dick
Okay.
back on the clock.
Kelsey and Joe Mixon are off the board. Dick, it is a snake draft. Where are you going?
I'm gonna wrap up these two studs and take Julio.
Oh,
Ooh.
I do like
It's
starting that.
hard to argue with a team that has Odell and Julio 1-2.
And I should point out we are doing a standard PPR league: 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 flex that it can be a wide receiver, running back, or tight end. No kickers or defenses, Sean.
I like it. Okay.
All right, another
Another user-generated pick
humor.
here, sitting at the 15th overall.
Well, like Kelsey and Mixon went at the turn in between Dick.
Yeah.
I like those
we
picks.
got that.
What
Michael Thomas goes. James Conner goes. Kramer,
and
you're on the
just
board.
Absolute cheat code situation here. If this happens in real life, I would be ecstatic. I'm obviously very pleased to see that Juju Smith-Schuster is there. I get a top 5 receiver, I think, on my board, maybe top 6, along with a top 5 running back. I'm very excited at this point in the draft. Sean, you are up.
Okay, Nick Chubb went. Tyreek Hill. Antonio Brown went. Devonta Freeman went. Dalvin Cook went. So now I'm looking, do I go receiver here because I already have Kamara? Do I just say fuck it and load up at the running back position? I'll go it's kind of chalky, but Mike Evans. I'm already loving what this Tampa Bay offense did week 1 preseason.
Elite potential for elite passing offense there. And I think if you're looking at this, him, maybe Keenan Allen, that's kind of the end of the elite guys. This news of Andy Reid saying that they may run a committee in Kansas City. Damian Williams appears to be in the doghouse. I agree. I think Damian Williams slipping into the 3rd, maybe even 4th round. Keenan Allen goes. I like that pick, first of the turn. But yeah, I mean, Carlos Hyde becomes very interesting much later in this draft, as if he ends up getting 15 carries a game in an Andy Reid system, I don't know if it's quite league winning, but it's certainly interesting. Oh, Sean got sniped.
Well, that's what happens when we have listeners involved, because someone just snatched Zach Ertz right in front of
He left you George Kittle, though. So.
George Kittle, as you know, guy I hate, will not be drafting. I'm going to go what's wrong with the T.Y. Hilton?
The knock on Hilton would be there's other people to take targets, and then he's going to get you monster games and be a little bit variant.
I like T.Y. Hilton's consistency. So Patrick Mahomes goes, Kittle goes, Marlon Mack, Damian Williams, again, super high. Kerryon Johnson, guy I liked, and I feel like it's unfortunate because guys are getting higher on him. Kramer, you're on the
I'm on the clock, and again,
I'm
sticking to it because I think when he's playing, he's elite, and that's Leonard Fournette. And while I don't love the situation in Jacksonville, we haven't previewed the AFC South yet. I think in the 3rd round to get a guy who, when he's on the field, he's going to be a 20-point per game potential. Love it.
Amari Cooper, Stephon Diggs have been taken. Dick, what are you doing?
Well, I got Beckham and Julio, so I got to look at running back, and I think this will be right here in 3 weeks, but I'm going to maybe reach and take Josh Jacobs.
There you go.
I think he's bell cow back for the Raiders.
Could be.
Really?
It sounds like he if he can figure out the blocking, that's what's going to prevent him from being on the field for third down. Well,
Antonio Brown, he's going to be out with helmet and frostbite.
He took a hot air balloon. I mean, come on.
There's something weird going on.
This is what white folk do. Let's do it.
Okay, we got Edelman. He's off the board now.
Does he go back-to-back white receiver here and pop Adam Thielen?
Thielen, he was really good in that first half of the season, then kind of fell off. And you're attached to Kirk Cousins and that offense. It's kind of scary. Derrick Henry has been taken.
Hate that pick.
I don't like Derrick Henry. He's a guy that I would maybe play in a best ball league because he'll have those couple monster games, but not in a regular season long league. Dick, you're on the clock. What are you looking at?
I want my second back here, and kind of torn between Aaron Jones, Ingram, Lindsey. I don't have a
Upside
lot of
there.
shares of Jones, so
Yeah, I mean-
think I'm going Aaron Jones here.
Aaron Jones is the upside guy because he could, if he is the guy in Green Bay, which I think we say every year and we never have a guy, he will be productive.
So Dick grabbed Aaron Jones, Adam Thielen gone, Tyler Lockett gone, Kramer. What are you doing?
There's a lot. There's a lot to look at here. I have 2 running backs. I have 1 wide receiver. I don't love any of the receivers at this level. So I'm going to go back over to the running back, and I absolutely love Mark Ingram this year. Perhaps I'm a little early on him. This is a team that's going to run the ball. They have an offensive coordinator that is about running the ball. The quarterback sets up nicely to run the ball. So Mark Ingram.
Okay. Mark
Sean, you're
Ingram,
up.
Tyler Boyd, Brandon Cooks, Robert Woods, Deshaun Watson, Kenny Galladay, all off the board. Let's see. What do I do here? I could go running back. Oh, do I do it? All right, fuck it. I'm going Phillip Lindsay. Give me Phillip Lindsay out
There
of
you go,
Denver.
Sean.
You got Joe Flacco. They're going to be – maybe I drafted him a little early, but I love my backfield of Phillip Lindsay and Alvin Kamara right now. What's not to like?
Yeah, I mean, I think what I'm
Dick,
noticing.
you got to love yourself some Phillip Lindsay.
Yeah, if you can get him late 4th round, early 5th, that's perfect. I'd take him mid-4th. I was debating him over Jones, but
There are running backs all over the board through the 5th round. I think if you don't come out of the first 5 rounds of your draft without 2 running backs, you're probably in trouble. I think you really should try to get 3. And depending on how many flex
Interesting
spots.
pick here. David Montgomery has gone now.
You see how good he looked?
He looked really good, but then you're splitting with Tariq Cohen.
And Mike Davis is being called the starter, right? Isn't that what I saw?
Yeah, it's an interesting backfield over there for sure.
Sean, you're back up.
I am back up.
Oh, Chris
I know-
Carson. Like that pick.
I know 2 Rams receivers have already been taken, but I'm going to take the guy that was seemingly the focal point of their offense and really
Yeah.
the straw that stirred the drink, essential guy to that roster. Give me Cooper Kupp here. He's going to sit in my flex spot. I like that. I like where I got him. Godwin goes, who I like, but I already have Mike Evans. I'm not going to have those 2. A.J. Green, possibly not aware of injury. The computer there. Calvin Ridley, Kenyon Drake, O.J. Howard. Back to you, Kramer. Alshon Jeffrey is 48% of the fantasy pros recommend drafting Alshon Jeffrey, who I love, but I don't like in fantasy.
And I'm going to go a different angle. I'm going to go DJ Moore here. Although he shares the bye week with Juju, I like his upside. I really do. I know I'm banking on Cam Newton doing something here, but I think he's so effective in those screens. It's going to be interesting. He's my number 2 guy. Dick is up in
Hunter
the 5th
Henry,
round.
Aaron Rodgers off the board. Dick, what are you thinking here position-wise?
well, I got 2 backs, 2 receivers. I was thinking Tariq Cohen, but he has same bye week. I'm gonna take Evan Ingram. I think he's the best tight end available. Kind of the last second tier tight end.
Yeah, I think now that these guys are gone, I think I probably wait. I probably don't do anything for tight end, maybe until the last round.
Okay. Romosexuals on the clock. This is
Sean,
getting interesting.
my first 5 picks: David Johnson, Leonard Fournette, Mark Ingram at running back, Juju and DJ Moore. I like where I'm at.
I got Alvin Kamara, Phillip Lindsay, Mike Evans, T.Y. Hilton, and Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
Love what I'm doing. I even have Cooper Kupp
The slot. How's the slot?
in
There
the
you go.
slot where he's meant to be. Dick, you're coming up here in a pick. Who are you hoping to grab on your big board? Do you think about going quarterback? This is way too early. Quarterback, right?
I think so.
Probably, but
We got 3 off the board.
I'm torn on running back. I was thinking of going. I'll save that. I'm going James White.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. He was a guy I kind of tagged. Makes sense here. I do think he's going to be the guy. Tevin Coleman, Baker Mayfield.
You can't take Baker Mayfield this high. Best case, he's not going to be. Is he going to be a top 3 fantasy quarterback? Because you're taking him 4th.
I get it. He's fun, but you're crazy for just taking a Cleveland quarterback 5th overall. Like, we've had 5 quarterbacks. He was the 4th quarterback taken
Yeah.
in fantasy. Are you kidding me? That's insane.
It seems a little high. Sorry, I paused. I'm going to restart the draft now. Yeah, no, I think this is an interesting time because Andrew Luck here. I don't know what's the deal with this calf. Right?
The calf injury is scaring me, and I don't know. I would still stay away. There's still a number of decent quarterback options, but Ryan, you're on the clock. What are you gonna do?
Well, so I'm looking at my team. I see that I would like some receiver depth, even though I still need a tight end and a quarterback. But I also like the idea of just having a stud quarterback. And I filled all the position I need to fill. I don't know. What do you think? Is this calf thing real with Andrew Luck?
I mean, he's missing practice. It's a calf, so how bad could it be? But he is missing practice. So
That's what Kevin Durant says, just a calf, right?
I'm gonna go with it.
Oops.
I'm gonna take Andrew Luck.
Wow.
I am gonna take Andrew Luck. To me, he's the last of the elite quarterback.
Shit, Carson Wentz. God damn it.
Oof.
And it looks like it was the right time. We have a little mini
little bit of a
quarterback
run. Yeah. After Andrew Luck, Jarvis Landry, Matt Ryan, Carson Wentz, Dante Pettis, and Allen Robinson all off the board. I have to think about this for a second.
Let me know if you need me to pause the
yeah,
draft.
give it a little pause because I got to look over. Do I want to?
Oh, you were gonna go Carson Wentz there, huh?
Yeah, I was. And God damn it, if he didn't. Do I go Sammy Watkins here? I kind of like Sammy Watkins. Robbie Anderson. It's kind of interesting.
I think is there a running back you like? Looking at your team, I see 2 running backs. If I'm you, I'm looking for depth at that running back position. And I see Tariq Cohen.
Yeah.
And I think the emotional connection would be enough for me.
You know what? Here we go. I got my guy. Let me type in his old name. Am I not typing it in right? God, this is such an old man move. Okay. He's got a weird name, and that is Austin Eckler.
Oh. Sneaky.
I love him here. Even if Melvin Gordon goes, he has an injury history. I played Eckler in DraftKings a number of weeks. The guy catches the ball well. He could get goal line carries even with Gordon in there.
Let me ask Dick, because Allen Robinson just went.
No, it's one of those moves. It's like I took James Conner in the 6th round last year. That worked out. So yeah, if Melvin Gordon doesn't play and you got Eckler,
even if he does play, like let's say
he's
he
still
reports,
solid, but if he doesn't, now
late.
he's a stud.
Yeah.
So why is Allen Robinson going so late? That's the question I have. 6th round, he's the number 1 receiver. The offense was productive. And I keep passing on him, but it does seem odd. He's one of these guys I've circled that maybe I'm not seeing it correctly. Drew Brees, wow.
So, yeah, after Eckler, Sony Michel went, Drew Brees off the board.
Sean, you're back up on the clock.
Yes, I am. I don't – you know what? I'm not interested in – I'm just going to keep holding off on a quarterback because –
smart move.
There's –
load up.
Yeah.
Tariq Cohen's still there.
I'm going Robbie Anderson. Fuck
Ooh.
it. I think Sam Darnold's not as bad as everyone thinks with Adam Gase there. Could be a little bit better, and yeah, it's just year 2 of Sam Darnold. Robbie Anderson, real wild card. I think he could have a couple big games. So he's coming off the bench. Give me Robbie Anderson.
Tariq Cohen's still there, and he's a tough guy to take because I just feel like he's it's the consistency. Like I don't know when I'm going to start him, especially when I have some other guys.
Yeah,
and I
Christian
see a guy
Kirk,
that I'm
Sammy
very
Watkins.
high on, Corey Davis.
Oh, okay.
We saw the target share last year. I just think he still has that upside. When you're talking about a 7th round pick, Corey Davis is the guy.
So yeah, Kirk, Watkins, Sterling Shepard, Will Ferrell, Russell Wilson. You selected Corey Davis, Lamar Miller, and D.D. Westbrook all off the board. Bring it up, Dick. Dick, hard choice here.
I'm taking Darrell Henderson.
Ooh.
Here's the deal. If Gurley misses any games, he's going to be an RB1 every week. He could – I hope Gurley goes down towards fantasy playoffs.
He was a beast at
him
Memphis.
on my bench. The guy's a stud. He's especially for best ball if you're doing that because he can break him. He's a kick return guy. They're saying he's the Alvin Kamara of the Rams. That's how they're going to kind of use him.
Saw that. Sean, Miles Sanders goes with the 12th pick.
Oh,
in the 7th
God.
round.
There must be another Philly guy in this draft that just keeps snaking these. And Miles Sanders, by all accounts, he could be the RB1 really early on in Philly. pass-catching guy. Everyone is just basically anointed him their stud running back. It just seems like a matter of time. Jordan Howard also off the board. Interesting.
Wow.
I don't like Jordan Howard in the 8th round.
He just wants all the Philly running backs.
He could get some goal line stuff. Dick, what are you doing there?
Tariq Cohen's still here now. I have to take him.
Yeah.
This is getting ridiculous.
It is getting ridiculous.
Yeah, it's clearly one of the listeners is just trolling me by taking all these Philly guys. Cohen is selected by Dick. Marvin Jones out of Detroit. Darius Geis.
I was hoping for Marvin Jones.
He's out the board. Kramer, what are you doing here?
I was drunk on this guy last year. I want some more running back depth. The Seattle Seahawks are going to run the ball. Even if he doesn't take over as the guy, he's going to get enough work. Rashad Penny, former first-round pick from our gals, San Diego State. I love this pick at this stage in the draft. I think Mike Davis left. There's a lot of volume to take there. I think Rashad Penny is, at a minimum, someone who's going to maybe get you 8 to 10 points and has the upside to be a 20-point guy.
Now, this gentleman, his ADP is 111. So you took Rashard Penny, then it went Larry Fitz, Golden Tate, Cortland Sutton, LaShawn McCoy, N'Keal Harry, and I am going with my boy Valdez Scantling out of Green Bay. I think there's a real chance he could work into that number 2 spot.
Love that.
So maybe a little bit higher than his ADP. On 111, he's like 130.
I was targeting him for my next pick. I was actually debating between him and Rashad Penny. I wanted the additional running back depth.
Now, I have not drafted a quarterback. Dick, have you grabbed a quarterback yet?
No, there's plenty of them. There's only 12 of us in this, right?
Yeah.
So I'm fine waiting.
I think when you're in a standard 12-team league with your buddies, if you don't take one of those elite guys, you kind of just wait to the last guy, right?
Yeah.
And for me, it's those top 4 guys. I assume we're going to see Luck play by the 3rd preseason game, and this won't be an issue, but
might not be a story moving forward. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what I can do with this 9th round pick. Do I go tight end? I still need a tight end.
But that's similar to quarterback.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many guys where it's like, speak of the devil, Eric Ebron goes.
Yeah, and he's a guy, it's tough to like him because the biggest complaint about Eric Ebron was he caught too many touchdowns last season, which is a weird thing to complain about, but with everyone being so aware of regression, it seems...
Also, Jack Doyle, when he came back, out-snapped him, out-targeted him. They've added Devin Funches. They have rookie Paris Campbell. The thought process is there's more people to feed. But I think Andrew Luck just enjoyed throwing the ball in the end zone to Eric Ebron and just letting him go up and get it. I guess the concern would be Devin Funches.
Yeah. Another guy I'm going to go with. Maybe he's better in a best ball league, but give me Deshaun Jackson. That deep ball connection with Wentz is real. It's going to be a DFS value, and I would definitely have some of him in a best ball. I think he'll have a couple like huge games. He's probably not a guy I start every week, but week 1 against the Redskins, I could definitely see myself throwing him in there. Vance McDonald was the other guy I thought about getting. He's off the board. Jared Cook off the board. DK Metcalf off. Njoku, Curtis Samuel, all off the board. Kramer, what are you doing?
Well, I think I look at my roster. I need another. I probably could. I need a tight end. I still don't have one. I was going to grab Vance McDonald. He got taken 2 picks before me. I'm going to have to look elsewhere. And I like the Valdez Scantling pick, but I'm going to take the other side, Geronimo Allison. At this point, I think we'll know pretty early if he's going to be involved enough. I think the jury's still out. I know the buzz is all over Valdez Scantling. I'm intrigued. We're in the 9th round, so I think decent value here. He could be a very productive receiver and a good offense.
So, yeah, Geronimo, Latavius Murray, Austin Hooper. Dick, what are you grabbing?
I need a third wide out here with Beckham and Julio. I'm going James Washington.
Oh, yeah, I like that pickup.
You know,
Juju
Juju looked pretty good last year, and a number 2 receiver in that offense with Antonio gone. This guy's a starter now, so I think it's a big jump this year.
Yeah, I could see James Washington getting you. I think he could have like 60, 70 catches. It's crazy.
I think I think there's
In that
concern
offense,
that
Pittsburgh just
Moncrief is
produces.
still. I mean, I saw what happened in the preseason game, but I think Moncrief is still technically the number 2. So look out for that. But I agree. I think the Steelers themselves really like James Washington.
Yeah. All right. What's happening here?
Royce
Freeman off the board.
That's certainly pretty late, considering it seems like he's going to have a role in that.
Yeah,
offense.
and Denver, they're going to want to pound the rock. Dick, you're back on the board. Kalen Ballage was just taken.
Hate that pick.
Yeah, not bad pick. What are you doing here, Dick?
I'm going to grab Devin Funchess as my 4th receiver.
All right. Kramer, why do you like Devin Funchess, Dick?
It's a cool name. It's kind of like Funyuns. No, it's Andrew Luck. Funchess did well with Cam Newton, right? So I think Andrew Luck and him will be buddies.
Kareem
He's
Hunt,
gonna be fine.
Kareem Hunt just
Interesting.
got drafted. Our buddy Alan Cooley, he wanted to know what round should you consider drafting Kareem Hunt. Here he is in the 10th round. I think that's about right. Right?
I think so. And then Deion Lewis, and then I went Ronald Jones. At this point, I know there's some Bruce Anderson, I think is his name, talk with Bruce Arians down there in Tampa. We know he can make a productive running back, so I'm going to take a stab here in Ronald Jones. Peyton Barber, Damian Harris, Naheem Hines, Jalen Samuels, Devin Singletary. Sean, you got sniped. That's your guy.
Oh,
you're on the
God
clock.
Damn it. All right, pause it, Ryan, because I was going to take Singletary. Ooh.
He looked good, by the way. Did you see him? You see him in that preseason game? He's got some wiggle.
He does. What do I do here?
Let's see what Sean's got. 3 running backs, 6 wide receivers.
Yeah.
You probably you got what, 1 bench spot left. You probably want to get another running back, Sean. That
yeah.
would be...
You know what? Yeah. I think I'm gonna go. He is now in Houston for the Texans.
Ooh.
Duke Johnson. Kramer, I heard you talking about this on the golf course today, and you said, hey, Bill O'Brien traded for this guy. It means he must like this guy. Why not take a shot here at Duke Johnson? He's going to give you he's a great pass catcher. And if you have a shitty offensive line, which Houston appears to have, you want to limit shots to Deshaun Watson, get the screen game going. Dump it down to Duke Johnson.
And Lamar Miller hasn't exactly been productive. They've been trying to replace him for years.
Yeah, there's a reason they traded for Duke Johnson. They're not like in love with what they saw out of Lamar Miller and Cam.
And the key to that, Sean, is that because they don't have a GM, from what I understand, like Bill O'Brien was actually the one on the phone doing the deal. So I really like Duke Johnson, actually, especially this late. I got to imagine he's going to be going sooner or earlier.
Yeah, once people kind of figure it out.
Once we see him on the field.
Emmanuel Sanders is gone. Now, Jameis Winston has been taken. So for me, it's time to just say fuck it.
Quarterback time?
And draft a quarterback.
Cam Newton's there for you, Sean.
Cam Newton. I will never get Cam Newton.
I know what you're going to do. A little Kyler Murray action.
No.
Kyler.
I can't root for a guy named Kyler. Give me, for the Los Angeles Rams, Jared Goff. I think he's kind of a wiener. But this late, and that Rams offense, like, they just get points, they get yards. He doesn't throw a ton of interceptions. Kind of crazy to get him this late. I mean, you could take Tom Brady. Like, is he going to be awesome fantasy-wise? No, but he's going to be productive.
He's definitely going to be a productive offense. I'm up. I don't have a tight end. I want to grab this guy just in case. I know you're going to tell me what, but we'll know. We'll know with this guy. I can drop him. I can stream. I'm going Jordan Reed. We've seen what this guy can be. That offense has no one to throw the ball to outside of maybe Chris Thompson. And Jordan Reed has been healthy all offseason. If he's the same form of himself he has been in the past, he could be an absolute steal at the end of your draft here. And like I said, if I don't like him, I just stream. Dick Olsen is on the clock after Dante Moncrief and Justin Jackson went.
Carlos Hyde, Matt Breida, Jerick McKinnon, Dante Foreman, Ito Smith, they're all gone. Cam Newton. Wow.
Oh, did it do that for me?
It's too late.
Oh, I was going to take Kyler Murray.
I'll revert. Oh, let's fix it.
Oh, wow. It pays to know the guy.
It's just fun to.
You want Kyler, right?
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch the Rook run around.
Real talk for a second, Sean?
Yes.
His arm looked pretty good.
He did. Yeah, he looked sharp.
Arm looked pretty good.
His legs are all right, too, right?
I'm not anti Kyler.
But seriously,
as a
this is
player,
too
but-
late. Cam Newton should be going in this draft. Like,
but I just wanted Kyler.
no, I'm okay with that. And I think what I've been doing in these best ball drafts is I have a couple leagues where it's like Carson Wentz, Kyler Murray, or Jared Goff, Kyler Murray, or even something like Jameis Winston, Lamar Jackson. I'm looking to pair a mobile threat with a kind of high octane offense quarterback, but being drafted lower.
Yeah, I mean, those rush yards, we'll know right away whether – I mean, Kyler Murray's ceiling is super high for a rookie.
Just
because
from the
of
rushing
running.
yards, yeah.
Yeah, and Lamar Jackson, it didn't look like great, certainly in that playoff game, but he was I think he was like top 5 quarterback in those 6 regular season games. So
Phillip goes.
Phillip, Rivers.
San Diego Superchargers, charge.
Dick Olsen back on the clock.
Last pick. Dick's pick. What do you want to do, Dick?
The Dick pick. I'll just throw Big Ben in there and play matchups with those 2 QBs.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
2 quarterback.
2
Look at you.
QBs. AP finally went. Delaney Walker. Kramer, what are you going to do to round out the draft?
It's the last pick in the draft. And I guess at this point, you're looking just to take someone. Maybe this is the area that I do this. I don't know if Reed is going to be healthy. I want to make sure I have a guy. So I'm going to take a second tight end. I'm going to throw Jack Doyle on my squad as well.
Yeah.
Like we said, these are 2 guys I think fairly early you're going to know. You're going to see, you're going to know, and I like that combo.
Kiki QT is gone.
Injury sounds like it's minor.
Justice Hill. Alexandra Matt.
I like that
Alexander
pick.
Mattinson,
Back up to Dalvin Cook in Minnesota.
Michael Gallup. Mark Andrews.
Andrews.
From the Philadelphia Eagles, give me Dallas Goddard.
Oh, Jesus.
Zach Ertz has injuries, but really, I think their base offense will be the 2 tight end offense. Like, they're going to be using it that much. And Dallas Goddard just catches everything. So, why don't we go around, and before we announce our final team names, perfect time to take a little break. Talk about our pals, Play Balto. If you're listening to this podcast, you're probably the guy who knows football the best in your office, wherever you work, your group of friends. You're the guy, you bet a lot. You're the guy that people ask you, like, hey, what are you doing? What are the picks? Hey, it's Doug. You're running the pool, right? You're the guy setting it up. I know I've been that guy. Kramer, I know you've been that person. When you're setting one of these up, what are you looking for? You're looking for stuff that's easy, customizable, most importantly, free. You don't want to have to pay to do it. You don't want to spend a shitload of time setting it up. You want to easily be able to track buy-ins because you're going to be playing for money. Play Balto is the way to go. You can get started on Play Balto in 60 seconds or less. Pick'em, survivor pools, ATS, against the spread, all different options. Anything you want to do, Play Balto has it. They're one of the few sites specifically designed for office pool hosting. And that's where we want to go. If you're running a football pool this season, make your life easy. Do it over at Play Balto. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com. Click the Play Balto link to sign up today.
Sean, what was your grade?
I got an 85 out of 100.
Woo!
A B. And here's my starting lineup at quarterback. Jared Goff. RB1, Alvin Kamara. RB2, Phillip Lindsay. Receiver 1, Mike Evans. Receiver 2, T.Y. Hilton. Tight end, Dallas Goddard. The flex position, we got Cooper Kupp. Rounding out the bench, Robbie Anderson, Austin Eckler, Deshaun Jackson, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, and Duke Johnson. Kramer.
Sean, my grade, 91 out of 100.
Okay.
A minus.
Well, you know the computer is a square. So.
Andrew Luck, David Johnson, and Leonard Fournette in the running back spots. Juju and DJ Moore as the
Love
receivers.
Juju.
I can go Reed or Jack Doyle in the tight end spot. Mark Ingram in the flex. Corey Davis, Rashad Penny, Geronimo Allison, Ronald Jones on the bench along with one of those tight ends. I kind of like this squad, Sean.
Yeah. They're
I
ready
did
to
well. A minus? Come on now. Dick, did you get your grade?
Yeah, but it's showing a team that isn't mine with David Johnson. But
That's
so,
my
I looks like an A+ to me. Went with Odell Beckham, Julio. Then Josh Jacobs, Aaron Jones, Evan Ingram at tight end, James White, flex, Tariq Cohen, Darrell Henderson, James Washington, Devin Funchess, and then Kyler Murray and
so where do you
go? Big Ben after that?
Where do you – so I'm assuming just like myself, you've been doing a lot of best ball drafts, Dick. Which area in the draft do you want to be drafting from?
I kind of like this 11 spot, and unfortunately I'm not getting it anywhere. I'm in 4 main event teams, I think, and I've got 1, 3, 5, and 6. So I was hoping at least one would be towards this 11. I like the idea of getting these 2 stud receivers there, and then I like the running backs that are available rounds 3 and 4 on that turn. I mean, I'll take Josh Jacobs and Aaron Jones, or Josh Jacobs and Lindsey. Still added Tariq Cohen.
So
James White. So there's a lot of – I could grab some PPR backs.
1, 3, 5, and 6. Have you decided where you're going with those slots?
I think we're gonna go Saquon at 1, 3 Alvin Kamara. My buddy hates Zeke, unless McCaffrey would come there, and then 5 Kramer. That's you and I are sharing that. What do you think?
Archie's wet dream.
Archie's big wet dream. I vote David Johnson.
It's gonna be David Johnson, right? I mean, Sean, who do you go 5? The top 4 running backs are gone.
Yeah.
What do you do there? Let's say if Melvin Gordon is playing, do you take him there?
No, I would
do
go.
You take Travis Kelce with the 1.5 PPR?
Yeah, I would consider Kelce, or I'm a sucker for DeAndre Hopkins. He's a guy. He
just plays. He doesn't get hurt. He catches everything.
Every single pass. It seems kind of basic, but at 5, you just don't want to fuck up. Like 5 is not the time to get cute, or just in the first round in general. Don't get cute. Get yourself a guaranteed stud, someone you can just rely on.
In my mind, it's between Kelce, Hopkins, or Adams, and David Johnson. I think that's the pool we're dipping from. But I just, at that point, I mean, did you see what David Johnson looked like? I mean, man, he's got that speed. I really think they could be doing something. All the extra plays they're going to run. Feels like at the 5 spot, that's where we're going to end up going. Sean, I'm also, all of my main event team have picks. I have pick 2, 4, and 5. So
yeah.
Unfortunately, the back half is an interesting one. That's where you can do the pairing of a couple stud receivers or get some running backs in the tier of like James Conner, Nick Chubb. Yeah, I don't know. Sean, what about you?
What about me?
Where do you want your pick?
I'm always a sucker for the doubling up on the snake. Like I like getting that.
You want that 12 pick?
Yeah, because then I mean, like what Dick Olsen did. You can get Odell and Julio. You can get Kelce and Michael Thomas. I like being able to round out my lineup with 2 really top tier guys. Because if you're drafting in the top 3 and then you got to wait till the end. Like look at N. Douglas, whoever that was. He had Saquon Barkley and then Keenan Allen.
And Zach Ertz. I kind of like that squad.
Keenan Allen. I mean, listen, his team overall is solid, but Keenan Allen, I guess I'm basing that off a conversation I had with Decker, and he was just like, Keenan Allen, he's productive, but I feel like you can do better with that second round. So, yeah, and Saquon, I mean, I guess they're ugly points. He's probably you got to go number 1 Saquon, especially the way the offense is constructed. Although I think Daniel Jones being in there would hurt Saquon's fantasy value.
He's better. Is that what you're saying?
Daniel Jones?
Are you jumping on the Daniel Jones train?
No. Here's what I'll say is that I think Daniel Jones will come in there and try to push the ball down the field.
Got it.
So I don't think he will get like Saquon got a number of easy dump down passes.
But do you remember how
Eli
awesome
Manning.
he is?
Saquon?
How he can turn anything into a 70-yard touchdown.
Yeah. And listen, I know I take a shot because I said the word listen, but Saquon Barkley is a guy. He's a guy. He's going to get you a bunch of fantasy points.
Yeah.
I don't doubt drafting him number 1 overall. Now, if this was a real NFL draft, you'd be insane to take a running back number 1 overall, as you see with the Zeke situation, because you can't pay a guy that high and a quarterback as well The Giants, they don't have to worry about that because that implies they would get a quarterback.
Will Dick Olsen be at the event at Legacy Stadium?
That's a great question because
Oh,
listeners,
fuck yeah.
Okay, so if you want to meet Dick Olsen, come out to beautiful Las Vegas. Meet us up at the Legacy Stadium.
No pictures though with Dick. No
No
pictures.
No. He'll
Chest bumps, high fives are always.
he'll record
always included.
he'll record your voicemail greeting. But yeah, if you plan on coming, trying to get an accurate head count, so email us podcast@sportsgamblingpodcast.com or drop us on the Twitter. Food and drinks are on us, and watch opening night NFL Bears Packers. Right now, the line over at mybookie.ag sitting at 3.5. I have not done the numbers. I have not crunched it. I'm not considering this my official pick yet. But Aaron Rodgers with 3.5 points, kind of talking to me. Kramer, what are your early leans for the opening night game, which we will be watching at Legacy Stadium?
Well, that's my initial lean, right?
Is Legacy Stadium?
No. Well, yeah, getting a Bamwich over there. That steak sandwich is pretty tasty.
Bam! We're going to knock it up a notch at Legacy Stadium.
I mean, this was the game that your brother mushed.
Yes.
Last year, Sunday
We will
night.
also be out there with my brother.
It's awfully hard to not take the Packers with 3.5 points. It's awfully hard.
The Packers did end up winning, but did not cover the spread.
Is it 3.5 or 3?
It's 3.5 right now.
Why is the Super Bowl? Why is this not the? I'm confused at why.
Well,
why are they playing Thursday?
They
night?
did it for the NFL 100, the longest rivalry
Oh,
in the National Football League. So they're kicking it. They're kicking off
that's pretty.
with
Yeah.
NFL 100 with the oldest matchup. I'm on Legacy Stadium's menu right now, looking at some shrimp and adoulet sausage gumbo. Creole
gumbo while they're
seasoned
watching?
fries. Oh, nothing better than a nice hot bowl of gumbo while I'm watching the game.
Sean, A+ enunciation of the H in hot.
Hot lobster grilled cheese. That sounds pretty tasty, actually. Ooh, New Orleans bread and butter pudding. This all sounds awesome. Can't wait to get fucked up.
Do
eat
they
a
have any
ton of
meaty
food.
beavers on the menu?
No, that's just that's over at your Real Doll. So, thank you guys.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
Real quick, will Dick bring the real doll if we raise the funds?
If you guys raise the funds, the real doll will be at Legacy.
Okay, so we'll need to add +1 for. The good thing is she doesn't eat or drink, so she won't be putting any damage to the tab. So you're getting the girlfriend experience. Normally it's just an escort, but
I'll get chest bumps, high fives. You can fuck my real doll.
yeah. Would you have any rules about letting your friends have sex with your real doll?
I just, you know what? I almost don't want to hear about it, but I would ask that you clean up after yourself and don't come inside of her. Just come on her ass or something,
Have some
because
dignity.
you're gonna have to get a hose and power wash it. And it's just, have some respect for the love of God.
Have some respect. Have some decency. Guys, the free content train is a-rolling. We can't do it without you. And your job, download the content, read the articles, enjoy. And most importantly, rate, review on the iTunes. That really helps us keep this ship alive. Right now, we're sitting at 499 ratings.
No way.
So if you head over there right now, you can be rating 500. That's kind of a lot of pressure. So you pretty much better nail it.
Yeah, I will. And guess what, Sean? I know I will at Kramer Centric on Twitter. You can find me there. I will thank you personally on Twitter.
Wow, a personal video message that
I didn't say a video. I said a thank you.
Kramer will have a video message personally thanking you if you send in the screenshot as number 500, and it'll be number 500 because right now Realistic Raider is $4.99. He gives us 5 stars. Absolute money bags in this pod. Every time Kramer says wow to something, Sean is absolutely iconic. Listen, if you want to make bags with an iconic duo, Women in the NFL, 5 stars by Civil Peach. I love this podcast, but I wish they would talk about letting women in the NFL. I don't know why the NFL doesn't let women play. NFL players love hitting women. It's their favorite off-season activity, unless you prefer kids like Adrian Peterson. I think the NFL official slogan should be, don't hit her in an elevator, hit her on the field. All right, so interesting take there. Bring back the free roll by Gunny. Keep
Wow.
up the good work, great pod. Though your so yeah, make sure to check out.
And there's actually one more. Hail to Go Blue, most entertaining 5 stars. Of all the podcasts a degenerate like myself listens to, by far the most entertaining. Sure, Sean has anything Philly in his hands pleasuring. Sure, there are lots of that dude is a fuck. I'm not betting on him. Insight without any numbers, stats to back it up. Darn it, though. I feel like when I cuss in reviews, they aren't submitted. Parentheses.
Yes.
Their intuition is ATS point, or I don't know what he's trying to say here. Their intuition and points are spot on. They read demeanors and moxies of certain players. This guy can't write, but anyway, he is the last review. So please.
SGP Drip Squad. What's up, Cream Dog? Great podcast, great free content. If you ain't listening, you ain't living. Fly, Eagles, fly. Browns future, 5 stars. Love you guys, but disagree completely on the Browns future. I want the action green. You name the price. I believe that was Kramer. I'm also against the Browns on the win total, but Kramer was saying he'll take all NFL future action on the Cleveland Browns when it comes to Super Bowl. I am biased as a Browns season ticket holder, but Vegas always knows the total is right on the money. So hit Kramer up at Kramercentric, and get that 500 review in, guys. Appreciate it. It's awesome as always. Big thanks to Dick Olsen. That is for the Big Dick himself, and stay tuned for the Dick Olsen charity fundraiser event. We got to get this man a real doll. For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money green, and he is Ryan.
Good luck in your drafts this year, Sean.
Kramer. Let it ride.